Welcome to the Bible Difficulties and Answers podcast. I'm Lance Smith, your host, equipped with the Bible, a curious mind, and a spirit eager to unravel life's mysteries. We're charging through week 14 of our 20-week Sunday series, diving into section 3, Existential Fit, of J. Steve Miller's Faith That's Not Blind. Show notes are brimming with insightful links and thought-provoking resources. Last week, episode 13 melted our minds with consciousness and free will, those vivid experiences that suggest a soul beyond the physical. Today, we're tackling pages 79 to 84, exploring how our strong sense of objective right and wrong points to an objective lawgiver. Buckle up. This one's a heart stirrer. Picture this. You're chatting with someone at a bus stop, and they casually admit to torturing children for fun. Your gut reaction? That's just plain wrong. Not wrong for me, maybe okay for you, but flat out universally wrong. On page 79, Miller dives into this with philosopher Immanuel Kant, who was awestruck by two things: the starry heavens above and the moral law within. Kant, one of history's brainiest thinkers, had his friends inscribe that on his tombstone. It's like the universe's grandeur and our inner moral compass both scream something bigger is at play. So, let's unpack objective morals. On pages 79 to 80, Miller argues that we experience right and wrong not as subjective opinions, but as objective truths, binding no matter what anyone thinks. Torturing innocence isn't just distasteful, it's wrong, period. In a naturalistic worldview, where we're just evolved animals driven by genes, why should morals be objective? As Miller notes on page 81, naturalists like Alex Rosenberg see no real right or wrong, just personal disapproval. Survival of the fittest might even justify ruthless acts if they pass on better genes. But that clashes with our vivid outrage at evils like Hitler's atrocities. We don't say Hitler was bad for me but good for him. We know he was objectively wrong. Now, Miller contrasts this on page 82, comparing better people like, and he uses here Nelson Mandela, to worse ones like Hitler implies an objective standard. In naturalism, what's that standard? It's subjective, gene-driven whims. But in theism, it's rooted in God's character, eternal, unchanging. As Miller explains, our moral experience makes more sense if we're grounded in a divine lawgiver, not random evolution. Think about it. Why do we feel guilt for wrongdoing or rage at injustice? On page 82, Miller suggests it's because we're made in God's image, with His moral nature imprinted on us. Now, spice it up with an objection on page 83. If morals come from God's commands, is right just what He says, making it arbitrary? Or does right exist independently? Miller responds, it's not commands, but God's inherent nature that defines good. Things are wrong because they oppose His essence, like lying opposes truthfulness. We're wired to sense this, explaining why morals feel objective and universal. Philosopher Dr. William Lane Craig formalizes it logically on page 83 with this. Premise 1. If God does not exist, objective moral values and duties do not exist. Premise 2. Objective moral values and duties do exist. Therefore, God exists. It's not airtight proof, but it fits our experience better than naturalism's it's all relative vibe. Here's a thought experiment. Imagine a world where torturing kids boosts survival. Would it suddenly be right? Our instincts scream no. This echoes Romans 2:14-15, where it says this: even Gentiles who do not have God's written law show that they know His law when they instinctively obey it, even without having heard it. They demonstrate that God's law is written in their hearts for their own conscience and thoughts either accuse them or tell them if they are doing right. That inner law points to a lawgiver, making theism a snugger fit for our moral reality. Here's the kicker. On page 82, Miller ties it to Alvin Plantinga-style thinking. Our moral judgments work better in a world with God than without. It's like trying to explain a compass without north. Naturalism spins in circles, but theism points true. So where do you land? On a scale from 0, morals are just evolved preferences, to 10, objective morals demand a divine source. What's your take? Email me at BibleDifficultiesAndAnswers@gmail.com or hit up our Facebook page. I'm dying to hear your thoughts. Dig deeper with C.S. Lewis's Mere Christianity, Alex Rosenberg's The Atheist's Guide to Reality, or the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy's article on moral arguments for the existence of God, all linked in the show notes. For animation fans, check Reasonable Faith's 5-minute moral argument video. It's really good. Let's wrap this up like a moral manifesto stuffed with profound pointers. Naturalism calls objective morals illusions, but their vivid pull shouts lawgiver louder than a thundering conscience. Psalm 19:1 declares, "The heavens proclaim the glory of God," and maybe our inner morals do too, echoing a creator's design. Next Sunday, episode 15 kicks off section 4. The phenomenon of widespread belief distinguishes the God hypothesis from the spaghetti monster hypothesis. Check the show notes, join our Facebook page, email me at BibleDifficultiesAndAnswers@gmail.com, share this episode, and drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. It keeps our signal strong. All episodes are at BibleDifficultiesAndAnswers.podbean.com. Until next time, I'm Lance Smith, wishing you good luck, good health, and God bless. So long, everybody.